Blessed afternoon, collective. How's it going? How are you feeling the energy? We are almost to June, currently, at the present time of now, which it's all now, but this now is May 31st, 2023. Almost to June. Has the year just flown by? Yep, it has. Time is speeding up, that's a fact. But our perception of it also, our direct experience of it, is that it is speeding up. It's an illusion anyway. It's not really a thing that exists. It's all the present moment. But our measurement of it, and as far as we can measure it, the movement of, I believe, the quantum particles within a quartz crystal, when you squeeze it, that's our second. And it's getting faster. Just a fun thing to know. None of that matters. Nothing matters. We're all here to have fun. But in the interest of having fun, I want to pull on some energy. This is, oh, hello. We have light codes here to join us. Beautiful angelic friends. This is the first energy reading in my new car. So welcome, car, to the show. Pleased to have you here with me. Tomorrow, I want to pull on some specific aspects, but today, I would like to just do a check-in. Just see how's it going. What's going on with divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Take it as it resonates for you. This always applies at every level of energy. Energy is always connected and always in layers. I'm primarily interested in the internal aspects of it. However, that never excludes the external versions of it as well. Today, divine feminine. Yep, that feels right. 3 of Cups. It's just good feeling. It just feels good. It's a feeling yourself. It's open flow in your own energy. Open communication with yourself, with your higher self. What's underneath that? All right, there's multiple things here. Yes, it's divine masculine. It's balance within yourself, primarily. This is my main focus. The dominant energy that I feel and I'm interested in is the balance with and open communication with the internal masculine. The feminine and the masculine within the self are flowing, are speaking, are working together. That feels good. There's a lot of joy here. Stability, confidence. It's an increase in confidence. Taking control over your own energy is what feels good. It is the source of good feeling. Balancing and flowing with yourself. In another level, yes, the masculines are feeling pulled to communicate. That's absolutely true. And that's why it's happening internally, because the masculine aspect of energy is being driven towards the feminine. It's all powerful, it's all attractive. And so at every level, it's desiring to open up for the feminine energy herself, those who resonate in predominantly that space. It's an open communication with your own internal masculine, being your own divine counterpart, experiencing that divine union within yourself. That's fabulous. I want to see, one more, just curious. Page of Pentacles. There's a lot being learned. It's learning how to do that, how to balance your own energy, how to feel it, how to feel when it flows, how to follow it, how to trust more, how to acknowledge and accept the ego, the mind, which is the masculine aspect, not fight against it, but show it another way. Again, attract it, show it love. We're not trying to control anything. No, that's what ego does. It tries to control. Feminine is all about allowing. The soul is all about allowing. And we are learning how allowing our own internal masculine to be what it is unlocks this new perspective that gives us a greater appreciation for it, for the whole of ourself. When we shower it with that appreciation and love, it learns another way. It learns to release the control. It learns it doesn't have to be so tense and balled up in resistance that it can trust, it can let down, it can turn and face the feminine and choose, rather than fighting and struggling, to trust her, to let her be in charge again within. Let's talk about it. Tell me about the feminine energy right now, divine feminine, in whatever way you want to describe. Beautiful universe. Oh, okay, a whole chunk of cards just fell out already, so that's it. Expanding, taking off like a rocket. See something that you like and you go for it. It's just expanding. No, yeah, it's mostly the seeing. There's a relief of disappointment here. There's a truth being understood about the self. Again, there's a lot of internal communication, a new level of understanding that allows us, transformation of pain. Things that seemed disappointing in the past, even disappointment in our own behavior, is being alleviated. We are seeing the purpose for it. We are seeing how we had to grow. We had to experience the contrast. We had to experience even disappointment in order to have this learning experience, this lesson in how we shift perspective, how we view a disappointment in a different light and find the benefit of it. That's powerful. You have to experience that to learn how it's done. You have to experience the disappointment to be able to see your way around it. There's powerful transformation taking place. And again, it's just up like a rocket. What fell out? Okay, hang on. 5 of Wands. Crossed by the 8 of Swords. It's a dissolving of the stickiness of the mind. Again, seeing, catching yourself more and more in the overthinking phase, and rather than being frustrated with it, rather than judging yourself for it, rather than continuing with it, taking that step back and just saying, I caught it when I caught it. I see it now. I release this. I understand I have no reason to stay in this perspective. It's just programming. It's just a habit of thought. That's all it is. A belief is just a thought that you have thought habitually. And the way that you change that belief is gradually, is by catching yourself as often as you do and moving that in a new direction, thinking a different thought, or even just stopping to observe it, to acknowledge what's happening. And then you're no longer participating in it, you're observing it, you're just letting it play out. This is melting away. 8 of Pentacles crossed by the 2 of Wands. It's time for the change within. We've been putting in this work. When you put in the work of self-observation, the shadow work of witnessing the programming, witnessing the mechanisms of ego, the ways that it has led us unconsciously to move against our own energy, move against the service of ourself, which really is always serving ourself to see that. When you put in that work, which is really not work, it's the release of control. It is simply awareness. It's not an exertion of effort. In fact, it is the retraction of effort. You see the thoughts swirling around and you retract yourself from them. The only work is in noticing it. The work is in allowing that feeling, whatever it is, to express. That feeling that was deemed inappropriate or unacceptable or unwanted because of the way that it felt, because it was an unpleasant sensation. When you notice that, and instead of pushing it away, you invite it in and you simply allow it to be, allow it to express itself again without attachment, without judgment, from a state of neutral observance. You set it free. You allow that energy to transcend. You transmute it with love. When you by the power of your perspective, witness a thought or an emotion within yourself, and instead of pushing it away or judging it or fighting it or following it, you simply allow it to be and acknowledge it and say, I am appreciative for this experience, for this sensation. Express because you deserve to express. You deserve to exist. I allow it. I allow it with the bigness of my being, with the unconditional love of all that I am. Be as you are, and let me observe you. Let me bear witness to you. Let me honor your existence as part of my being by simply allowing it and being present for it. When you do those things and you practice that and it becomes a habit, your mind space, your experience of yourself begins to shift dramatically. There's a dramatic shift taking place for Divine Feminine internally, and that will always reflect externally. It must. It's law. The entire universe is you. It's all within you. As within, so without. But the main result, the important thing, the benefit of it is the way that you feel. That's all anybody wants anyway, is to feel good. This reveals how that happens. It's a dissolving of the mental stickiness, again, of that confusion. It is a subliming of the ego, teaching it to serve itself, and it's unlocking all of the doors within as well, understanding that you have all of the power to feel good, to be in connection, to live in union and balance with your own energy. That's really beautiful. What is on top? It's opening everything up. It is a new perspective on the self, but it's a new perspective on everything. Everything that was a disappointment in the past, even our own behavior, particularly our own behavior, maybe having to do with this whole runner thing. How did I get so caught up in this? Why did I put my life on hold for somebody? Well, so you could learn. You couldn't learn the lesson if you didn't fall in the pit. You couldn't understand how it all happened and unwind all of this programming if it hadn't been for all of this. I couldn't have begun to heal the codependent tendencies in my programming, having not been aware of them, having not experienced this whole cycle. First of all, a long-term relationship that was heavily codependent, and then witnessing in myself the tendencies towards that, the pull towards that. I had to experience that in order to heal it. Everything is opening up within quickly, dramatically. It's just this open, wide open communication and flow in the self. Yeah, this wanted to come off the top. Wide open communication in the self. Everything internally is just gushing. Can I say that? It feels really good. And that, in turn, puts that sort of energy out. It attracts all of this. This is also what is coming in, but it's because of what is felt and experienced internally. And again, that internal lesson, that new foundation which is reached, is stable. It's a place that is untouched by anything. Yes, new stuff is coming in. There will still be contrast. Some of it, a lot of it will be contrast. A lot of it will be amazing, things that are desired. But none of those things really matter. What matters, what is gleaned, what is now understood from this new information, this new perspective, this new place that is being reached, again, is how to feel good within yourself, independent of anything outside of you. How to shift your perspective, how to view everything within and without, any situation, any thought, any experience, any emotion, and find the benefit of it, find the good feeling in it. And then you have it. You have it, the thing that you want to feel good. And you can achieve that. You can find it in any moment from anything. And it's all within you. Let's talk about the masculine energy. Let's just see what's going on with the masculine. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody, it's taking a look, see. It's a reconsidering energy. There's a lot here. There's a stubbornness, but there's an awareness of it as well. It's wanting to do something right. wanting to go about it the right way. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, there's lessons here too. Most definitely. A lot of yellow. A lot of yellow and a lot of pentacles. There's a rethink on what the stability is, on what is desired, what really makes us feel good. More pentacles. I mean, and yes, there's frustration over having delayed something here. There's a decision that we know needs to be made, that at a deeper level has already been made. And at an even deeper level, it was made a long time ago. The energy's already flowed. It's just been resisted. Again, yeah, at a deeper level, the decision has already been made, and it's known. It is known consciously, intuitively, if not mentally. There's this knowing. It's time to move. But of course, the mind is afraid of doing something wrong. It wants to do it the right way. I want one more. Yeah, there's the Knight of Cups. Bookending the Knight of Pentacles. It's not... I don't dislike this energy. It's just... it's overthinking still. It's a whole lot of... love is not supposed to make sense. Love is just the leap that you take. You just go in. You stop trying to figure out the right way to do it. All of that is still attempting to control. Still is the ego, the mind, wanting to control the outcome. Well, what is the way that I can do it that ensures success, that gives me the best chance of success? That's not what it's about. It's about just sharing the cup. It's about flowing with your own energy. It's about doing it because you want to, because it feels good, not because of what happens. That's not it. And it requires a leap. Standing at the edge of that cliff, scratching your chin, looking over the edge, you miss the chance. And there's a realization of that too, that something's got to give. We got to just go. We got to go with it. Tell me about the masculine energy, universe. Man, the cards are sticky today. What is going on with divine masculine energy? Nope, that's it. I don't get much of a shuffle today. The universe knows what it wants to say. Yeah, it's taken a long time. There's been a hold up here. They know. The masculine energy knows. Something that's been a long time coming needs to come. It needs to happen. It's just this, the buildup is getting frustrating. And again, it's because they want to do it right, but they gotta just do it. That's the lesson, is to stop trying to plan and come up with, it's the ironclad plan. It's still this defensiveness, this unwillingness to just be vulnerable and open and exposed and say, hey, I could get rejected. I could do something that feels embarrassing. I could this, that, and whatever. But I need to just go for it. There needs to be a quick decision made. It just needs to happen. There's a growing understanding of that, and that is what the energy is pushing for, because that is the primary lesson for divine masculine, is to stop trying to control and just open up. Just do. Follow the energy. Don't question it. Release control over the outcome. Surrender to it. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you. It matters that you follow the energy. This has been held up for a long time, but it's trying to happen. What's on top? Come on. Again, pentacles and cups. Again. It's not about the pentacle. It's not about the practical stability, logical, blah, blah, blah. It is not about that. It's about following the flow of emotion, and there's a lot of emotion here. And it's erupting. It's coming out. It's no matter what. It's time for it to come out. It is Pride Month that we're entering into. It's time to come out one way or another and feel good about it. You should always have pride in yourself for coming out. Again, you can come out about all kinds of things. It does not have to have anything to do with sexuality, but it's when you repress a part of yourself, when you fight against the flow of your own energy, when you withhold a truth, you withhold a cup, whatever it is, it's gotta come out. And you should always feel good about it, because that's the only thing you need to do anyway. It feels good. The results of following your own energy, it balances, and you feel good, and you realize it doesn't matter. It never mattered about what happened after the fact. It was about letting it come out. It's time to let it come out. Golly Wally Doodle all the day. There's just a lot of feeling here. There's realization that everything that they've focused on, that they've put their energy into, is not emotionally satisfying. But this is. There's been a long denial of that. There's all of the habitual trying to do it the right way. Well, if I'm going to express this, I have to be careful what I say. It's not wanting to share too much. All of that is in the lesson to just throw the plan out the window and say, fuck it, I'm going to express how I feel. Whether or not this person cares, receives it, reacts in any particular way, maybe reacts poorly, oh well. Oh fucking well. I gotta let it all out. That's what the universe is pushing for, at least. I'm gonna put these cards back and shuffle. Take the Knight of Swords off the top. That's gonna come with this Three of Wands. And let's just pull a little further. I didn't even get anywhere before the Fool flipped itself over. Yeah, it's a whole new world for Divine Feminine. I'm getting good at these leaps. I'm starting to understand the way that this works. And it feels fucking good. It feels so good to surrender control and trust the beautiful, benevolent universe. To see how it's all working out for me. It always is. I can just keep cruising along on this happy ride, this joyful journey. I get it now. Okay, can I finish the shuffle? I barely shuffled. I was thinking, well, it doesn't matter what I was thinking. It matters what I'm feeling. And that's what we came back to. It's all flowing. I get it. It's just, it all makes sense. It's so clear. I've been on the path of destiny this whole time. I see how it works. I feel how it works. I just trust myself. I follow the emotion. I follow the good feeling impulse. I don't question it. And everything opens up for me. And now I get how to feel good. I get how to feel good. Nothing can stop me now. Oh, I just got Queen in my head. Because I'm having a good time, having a good time. Yes, yes. Alright, what is red with this Ace of Wands? We've already got the Fool, which jumped out. Come on, you can't make this shit up. How good does that feel? I get how to feel good. I get it. I got it now. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. I don't know the words enough, but that's all you need. That's this. It's just, fuck. It's epiphanies. It's a new day. It's a new world. Everything makes sense. You get how to feel good. What's red with the Fool? Oh, two cards. Two cards. Come on. Ace of Swords and Six of Wands. You know how to do it. You get how to have a victory in any situation. It's a tremendously empowering, healing, epiphany, understanding. It is that sense of invulnerability from vulnerability of I speak my truth. I speak the truth. I hold nothing back. I'm not afraid to feel and express and follow my own energy because that's what feels good. I know how to find the good feeling in any moment, any situation. It happens by open flow within myself, trusting of myself and the universe, not resisting the energy, keeping my heart open. Again, in vulnerability from total vulnerability, total exposure, just leaning back and feeling the universe supporting you in everything. God, that's just delicious. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And it's all taken off internally and externally. We're at cruising altitude, moving into the month of June and into July especially. We are at cruising altitude. We are rising above the clouds. It's a clear view now. We see exactly where we're going and what's happening. You don't have to know where we're going, but you could see it. You feel it. It's the inner vision, and you trust it. You know it's good. Again, there's no danger. I got this. I get how to feel good. I get how to flow with my own energy, and that's what feels good. I am putting into practice this shifting of my own perspective to find the good feeling from anything, any thought, any emotion, any situation. It doesn't matter. Come what may, I feel good. I am in control of my own joy. And that just, it aligns and it unleashes everything. It's just an unleashing, an uprising internally of the feminine energy, which is in balance with its masculine. It's just taking back ownership of the self. Standing in your power. I love this. I absolutely love this. That feels fucking good. Let's see what's going on with the masculine. Okay, gonna take that Ace of Pentacles off the top, crossing the Ace of Cups. It's a big cup that's been held for a long fucking time. Somebody has carried this cup. And it's been empty for so long. And now it's flowing. It's flowing and they don't quite know what to do with it because it doesn't make sense. Again, it's not supposed to make sense. Love is that which transcends logic. You try to apply logic to it, it's not going to work. That's the whole point. Tell me about the masculine energy. What's going on with this Ace of Cup Pentacles? Ace of Pentacles. Cupicles. I think Steve's Love Tarot had a Cupicles recently. That's what this is. What's going on with this? Oh, okay. That's it. Cards know what they want to say today. Yeah, there's harsh truths. There are harsh truths being learned. Again, it's lessons on both sides. The feminine is just, yeah, bring it on. I got it. Give it to me. On the masculine side, it's a lot more painful because there's resistance to it. Again, what's underneath that? Yeah, it's oh my god. Oh my god. These truths are not something they want to see, but they can't be unseen. They can't be unknown. And then there's the level of, how did I miss this? How did I not see this sooner? I've been doing this to myself. Whereas for the feminine, it's, oh yeah, I did that to myself because I didn't know. And I didn't know so that I could know. I get it. Easy. Let's move on. It's and now I know, so I don't have to. There's no problem. There's no problem here. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm flowing. What's the next card out? Yeah. Oh my god. What did I do? How could I have done this to myself? just this, they don't want to see this short-sighted behavior, the self-sabotaging. They know it's like the universe is peeling the eyelids back and saying, no, it's time to look, motherfucker, because you gotta see it. You have to acknowledge it to change it. It's not to make you feel bad. It's not that anybody or source is judging you and saying, tisk tisk. No, you have to know with clarity what you don't want, and that includes in your own behavior, in order to know what you do so you can make the change. That's it. It's that simple. There's no further judgment. You don't need to feel bad. If you just go, oh yeah, I acted this way in the past because I didn't know any better, because I was operating on programming, I was unconscious, I was asleep. And I can see now how I've gotten in my own way because of that. But now I can see that. Now I know. I have this new understanding. I can't go back to the old. I get it. I make the change. That's it. Doesn't have to be so hard. I behaved in a way that didn't serve me. Now I see it. Now I can catch it, and I catch it as often as I can. And when I do catch it, I make a different choice. That's it. And I couldn't make that new choice if I hadn't not made it, if I hadn't made the other choice for a while in the past, so that I could reach this point where I see it all happened this way on purpose, for a reason. Nothing's gone wrong. It's painful. It's painful for the masculine energy to experience this and look at it, but they are being forced to. And that also is a thing that's been a long time coming, and deeply repressed, and it's bringing up a lot of emotion. What's red with this Queen of Swords? I love this so much. I love energy. I love tarot. I mean, the universe pulls these readings. It's not me. I just have hands and, a voice. I'm allowing this to express. But yeah, it's the King of Wands. It's the King of Wands. You see the cards that the feminine got? Flowing with energy. We got an Ace of Swords, the Sun, the Fool, Eight of Wands, and then we get the Burger King, who is not pleased with his own behavior, but still is programmed to fight against it and saying, no, but I'm afraid. but I don't want to feel bad about myself. So don't feel bad about yourself. You made the mistake so that you could correct it. That's it. There's no reason to feel bad. You just acknowledge it. It's core programming for this energy, for the ego, to judge itself. That's why the feminine shows it a different way, that you don't have to judge yourself, that you did all of these things that we call mistakes, so that you could learn. You had to learn. We have to crawl before we can walk, and walk before we can run. We have to try some things. We're here to experience contrast, to bump into stuff and knock stuff over and learn. It's never a mistake, really. It's all just experience. It's all for our benefit. It's all clarity. Nothing has gone wrong. What is red with this Five of Swords? Nine of Wands. It's a lot of wands. Yeah, it's there's frustration here, but a desire to change. And a desire to stay the same. I'm not going to lie, but that's the programming. It's not really a true desire. It's fear. It's a fear-based sensation that can be interpreted as desire. Really, it's just fear. And again, because of the propensity for the ego, the masculine, to judge itself, rather than just acknowledging, I did a thing that was working against me, that wasn't serving me. Now I see it. And I see that actually it has served me to reach this moment where I can perceive how I've been working against myself. It's all been a part of this bigger lesson, so I could grow in my energy and make a conscious change, so I could become more self-aware. Just that. They want to fix this. Again, there's that feeling of, I don't know how to do it right. How do I do it right? You stop trying. You stop trying to do it right. You stop caring what the result is, what anybody thinks, what happens, and you stop trying trying to control what happens, trying to control what anybody thinks, and you just follow the impulse, you follow the emotion. That's it, and you trust it, and you let it be what it is. This energy, I can feel the discord of it. It's painful. I'm gonna pull some bridging cards here. Animals. The animals are gonna bridge today. They would like to keep talking. Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah. The feminine is just flowing in a new way, and this is why she is here to teach the masculine how to do this. How to let go. How it's all always to your benefit. Just stop caring, stop trying, and trust. Let it be. Use the power of your perspective. That's where the work is in allowing, in surrendering, in tilting your head, shifting your view to find the good feeling. That's it. That's all any of us ever need to do. Not even need to. It's what we're here to do. And it is the key to feeling good all the time, unconditionally. Again, irrespective, independent of, unattached, untethered, unrestricted by any condition, internal or external. Includes emotions as well. Bridging energy between Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. It's a call to call to intuition. It's healing on both sides. It's painful on the masculine side. On the feminine side, it's a relief. It's a sigh of relief. And the masculine, if they just stop fighting it, which is naturally what masculine energy does, is resists. But if they just stopped fighting it and leaned into it, it is that delicious surrender. It is the relief of the release. Yeah, it's an asking for... It's the devil underneath. The devil is in the details. The masculine keeps trying to figure out the details. That's where it's this bottomless pit. The feminine has figured out, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, that doesn't matter. The thinking, that's a trap. Entirely. I can give up thinking. I don't need to think. I can just surrender thinking entirely. There's really nothing there for me. I can just trust and flow with the energy, and then I'm constantly flowing. This can't get in. I'm just following my intuition. I know it's all to my benefit. I'm not afraid. I'm good. I'm good. What's on top? Yeah, exactly everything. Exactly everything I just said. The feminine is figuring out how to escape this, how to alleviate this, how to stay out of this. And even when it does happen, how to catch it again and go, oh, how do I fix overthinking? I stop thinking. I stop following the thought, and I notice how they try to grab me. I notice when I stop following that thought and it creates a sensation of panic or guilt or something else fear-based within me, trying to hook me, get it to follow it. And I see that, and I just look at it. I just witness it and say, okay, I see what you're trying to do. It's fine. It's a nice day. Clouds are pretty. Not concerned. Yeah, I just let it go. I let it pass. Not attached to it. I can surrender even to the feeling of resistance. There's always a deeper level of surrender that I can find. It's always to my benefit. There is always a way into this peace, into this quiet. Masculine is not figuring that out. Just, that's what it is. They're fighting it. It's a lot of overthinking, but well, yeah, it's for a purpose as well. It's driving them into a tizzy to the point of realizing this is ridiculous. I need to do something. All of this thinking is not getting me anywhere. Again, driving to quiet the mind. All right, what is the bridge between the Fool and the Five of Swords? That's interesting. Fool and the Five of Swords. Feels very much the same, to be honest. It's just feminine realizing, yeah, why. I see how in the past I've been afraid of taking leaps. I've been afraid of trusting, and that itself, that which kept me from acting, was just the self-sabotage. That was the devil energy sneaking in. Again, it was fear, it was overthinking. But I get it now, and I get that all of that had to happen so that I could reach this place. Yeah, the resistance, falling away for the feminine. It's not so much for the masculine, but it's very weak. Again, it's tiny little baby resistance. It's just a pile of toothpicks. Because they know they're tired of feeling this way. They are tired of suffering. The emotion is flowing. It's not going to stop. Something has got to give. The resistance is wearing very thin. And for the feminine, again, it's just acknowledging when it happens and being okay with it. That deeper level of surrender. Realizing there is always a way to align with my energy and just let it flow. It's always to my benefit. I can always achieve the perspective that finds the benefit of it and the good feeling of it. And then I'm good. What's on top? The Magician. Yeah. Transformation. Feminine, you got it all together. You are becoming the magician, the alchemist, understanding how to alchemize your experience, your emotions, how to transmute everything, all lead into gold. That's what that means, finding the perspective that feels good. For the masculine, it's a push. It's a push towards that cliff. It's really trying to get them to change this behavior. And they really don't have any way to fight it. They really don't want to. They want to trust. They want to flow. It's just the programming of fear is still really strong, but it's tired. It's tired of being this way, tired of fighting against themselves, of being unhappy. They really want to trust. They want to change. They want to just take this leap, resolve this karma by doing so. The universe is pushing for that big time. All right. King of Wands and the Sun. Oh, that's a dramatic contradiction. What's the bridge between the King of Wands and the Sun? It's not that dramatic. They're both very hot, fire energy. Passionate, attractive, confidence is in all of those things, but that's not what this King of Wands is. It's the Burger King, and we know that. Bridging energy between, yeah, liberation. For the feminine, again, it is confidence. It's confidence in yourself. It's stability. It is liberation from confusion. Liberation from attachment to any condition outside of yourself, to physical manifestation even. It is understanding how to flow in your own energy, how to appreciate and love that experience. Love yourself. Knowing that you are magnetic, that you are hot, that you have it all, that you don't need anything. And for the masculine side, it's trying to bring this clarity, trying to liberate them from King of Wands behavior, essentially. It's time to let go and let God, let the universe, let all that is support you. That's where the happiness is, and it's in the letting go of the pretense, of the trying to control what's on top. Yep, everything. There's another layer too. well, specifically, we've already mentioned for the feminine, some of this being, how did I get so torn up over this runner? That's being alleviated. There's an understanding, again, of the purpose of all of this, that it all happened for a reason. It happened the way that it did for a reason. You had to experience the chasing behavior, the attachment, the devaluing of self, the codependency. That's all here for the feminine. You had to experience that to witness it and see, oh my God, that's what I'm doing. I'm chaining myself to a person who ran from me. I'm not valuing my own energy. I'm not trusting myself. I'm going to change that. I'm going to do the work internally to get balanced within myself, to raise my own vibration, my own energy. And in that process, I understand this is what I wanted. This is what feels good, is learning how to flow in my own energy, how to balance it. The result of that is good feeling. That's all I wanted anyway. I don't need this runner. I don't need anybody. I don't need anything. I'm free of this forevermore. Burger King, not so much. Burger King, forced to look at this, forced to feel this, forced to face it, forced to make a change. They gotta do something to get out of this. It's all fucking powerful. And they keep trying to think their way out of it, and it's not working. It's not working. There is one answer. There is one path towards liberation. What's the card that wanted to come out? Oh, there. The change of this behavior. And there's the devil underneath. Going with the flow. Following this new flow of energy. Stopping the toxic pattern that has existed so long within themselves. Just trusting. Letting go again. Alright, Knight of Wands bridged with the Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands. This is interesting, and I find it encouraging in general. And again, I don't care if a runner approaches. It doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. The thing that I'm interested in is masculine energy learning the lesson. Excuse me. Learning the lesson, balancing itself, expressing itself freely, and being liberated. This is about the ascension of Earth, the ascension of humanity. I don't care about anybody coming towards me or about specific people hooking up. That's not what the universe cares about either. The universe cares about balancing energy and resolving karma. That's what it's trying to do. Because we can't take it with us into the 5D, which we're moving towards. Does that look familiar? Five of Swords. That's interesting. What's on top? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. The feminine is just seeing through. Seeing through. Again, seeing how in the past we've worked against ourselves, but we had to do that so we could realize it and learn how. Learn how to work with ourselves. We had to be unbalanced so we could be balanced. That's the only way it works. You gotta wobble to balance. There's no balance when you're standing still. Standing still, not doing anything, not experiencing anything, not mixing it up and experiencing some contrast. Now we get it. We get that the contrast is all to our benefit. There's no mistake. And on the masculine side, it's time to make a decision. There is a realization here that the inaction, a growing realization, whether or not they want to look at it, that the inaction is the self-sabotage. It's always the things that we don't do that we regret. It's analysis paralysis. It's the devil in the details. It's all of this overthinking, trying to rationalize and plan. Again, it's all fear-based. It's all control-based, manipulation-based. And it just keeps us stuck. It keeps us small. It keeps us from actually experiencing life, even. There's a growing understanding of that. That's something's got to give. You just got to make a choice. You got to go find out. If you're afraid of what will happen, and you never do anything, you never find out. Go find out. If you're afraid to ask somebody out because they might say no, you take away any opportunity for them to say yes by not asking. So go fucking find out. If they say no, big whoop, big deal. Then you didn't want that connection anyway. Then it wasn't supposed to be. And you benefit from it, from that rejection. It's always divine protection. That is the truth as well. And furthermore, you followed your own energy. You followed an impulse, trusted in yourself, regardless of the outcome. And that feels good. You came out with it. That's a reason to be proud. What the other person said or how they reacted doesn't matter. Totally irrelevant. What doesn't feel good is being scared, is being afraid, and then letting that stop you from taking action, stop you from speaking, from expressing your truth, sharing your cup. That feels like shit. And masculine energy is realizing that it's not about the outcome, it's about going for it. It's about expressing. It's about being open. It's about being vulnerable and trusting. And that's how you learn to perceive all things as to your benefit, because they always are. They always are. Fortune favors the bold, the brave. God helps those who help themselves. All of these phrases we have that mean you have to trust. You have to flow with faith in the energy and know that no matter what the result is externally, you balanced your own energy. You followed the impulse of yourself. When you do that, you allow the universe to take care of you. You return to divine providence. And the most important thing, again, the one result that even matters, that is assured from you following your own energy, is that it feels good. You balance it, that's experienced as good feeling, increases your confidence, your pleasure in yourself, unlocks this doorway to feeling good in any given moment, regardless of what is happening outside of you, regardless even of what's happening within you. It's all about following the flow. Final 3 cards, because I'm just going all the way with this. Anything else the universe wants to say as we wrap this up? What do you want to say, Spirit? Summarization, advice, cheeky joke, whatever you feel like. Go with the flow. That's all I gotta say. Just go with the flow. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters anyway. There's no threat. We're just here to have fun. We're here to learn how to trust ourselves, how to balance our own energy, experience the good feeling of that, and then feel good. A lot. Like a fucking lot. What's on the bottom? The Emperor. Okay. On top, 4 cups. What's the Emperor crossing? The Sun. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, yeah. They all, okay. All the masculine energy is seeing how it has worked against itself. One way or another, like it or not. You can't keep out the sun. This clarity is coming, whether they want to look at it or not. Whether the masculine energy, again, within and without, applies at every level. The clarity is coming regardless. For the feminine, for us internally, what's underneath that? Come the fuck on. For the feminine, it's about balancing within the self. Again, it's internal divine union. It is the understanding of one's own internal masculine energy. How to allow it to flow, how to let it serve the self, how to let it serve the Empress. That's how they are in balance with one another. The masculine energy within surrenders control, realizes with clarity that it's been working against itself, operating alone, that the feminine is the energy to be trusted, to guide, and the masculine serves that, supports that. That is taking place. On the flip side, it's, oh my God, what did I do? This was the one. This is how they view you, and it's how they view themselves. It's really more of this. But there's an understanding here that there was something special. There was a special connection that they turned down, what's read with that Four of Cups, and it was a big fucking mistake. Big ouch for the Emperor, the out of balance Emperor. And again, for the feminine side, this gets alleviated. You realize it was for your benefit. Rejection is divine protection. This would not have worked. This would not have worked to have been with this person the way that they were. An out of balance King of Wands energy would have only resulted in this. You dodged a bullet. And I'm not saying anything bad. This is not a judgment or a moral indictment of the masculine energy. It's the way it all was meant to be. It's all going according to plan. It was all so you could learn this lesson and grow your own energy and come to divine union within yourself and realize you never needed anybody else. You never needed this runner. You never needed anyone or anything. You got it all. You understand all of this so you could figure out how to feel good. You could unlock the secret of feeling good in yourself forevermore and become liberated from the illusion, from samsara. Achieve moksha. You are here to be a divine deliberate creator and to lead Earth into the higher dimension. That's what this is for. And the masculine, they'll get there. They'll get there. And a part of how they get there, their path, their lesson, is to have missed out on this. To have realized they had to have this experience of tremendous self-sabotage and go through the pain of it in order to finally admit that they got it wrong, that they got love wrong, that they've been putting it into the wrong, they've been putting the time and energy into the wrong stuff. They've been going further into the illusion. Ego, convincing itself that it had to have control, that was what mattered. This was the only way they could be freed from that, ripped from that. They were so committed to the suffering, again, to the illusion, to the imprisonment. It had to go all the way. It had to come to the big guns, to this is it, divine connection, and you rejected it. It was always supposed to be this way. They were never supposed to accept it. If they had, it wouldn't have worked. Feminine, again, the lesson on this side too is that this wasn't it. It was never supposed to work because it was about learning the lessons, growing your energy, and ultimately achieving divine union within yourself, balance within yourself, and unlocking that power of your perspective, expanding your consciousness and your energy to the place where you know how it works. You get it now. You get how to feel good. You get that it has nothing to do with anybody else. You balance, you flow in your own energy. You trust the beautiful, benevolent universe. And you prosper forever after, regardless of any situation, circumstance, person, place, or thing, even your own internal emotion and mechanisms of ego. It's about ego sublimation. It is about ascension. We are leading the wave of ascension, expanding consciousness, awakening and ascending it. That's what this has all been about and will continue to be about. That's fucking powerful. I'm just basking in that for a moment. That's all I have. This resonates powerfully for me. I am thrilled to see this, experience this, share this message of the feminine energy rising, achieving union with herself, leading, showing the way of ascension for all of humanity, for all of collective, as these souls awaken and ascend to this place of owning our own energy and good feeling, the power over that. It creates a ripple. It's an exponential domino effect that just, it escalates everything. It's part of why time is speeding up. This is speeding up this process. The ascension engines, they've been started. They've been warming up. Now they're starting to pick up speed. And it is like that steam engine. Once it gets going, it just gets faster and faster. It increases in momentum. It gains actual mass, the energy, because of the speed of it and the way that it picks up neighboring energies and pools them all together and carries us all forth on this upward spiral. It's fabulous. And I'm thrilled to see it. This resonates for me. I do intend that it resonates for you, my beautiful viewer. In any regard, I hope that it's entertaining, because it is for me, but again, really doesn't matter. It's just about doing what feels good. This has to be selfish. It all is. This is all selfishly for my own delight and pleasure. But I would love to know how you feel about it. If it does resonate, leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. But really, just feel good about yourself. It's time to celebrate, baby. It is time to throw a fucking party. We did it. We got it. We're good. Mission accomplished. Wish fulfilled. Manifestation achieved. It's all about the good feeling. And we're there. And if you don't feel that you're there, trust. Let this be future influence for you. It is promised. It's here. It wouldn't be here otherwise. I promise you. This is the energy. This is the path, the trajectory that we are on collectively, not just a handful. And we're all on different timelines. We're all moving at a different pace. That's okay. Let everything play out in the way it plays out. You can trust this. If that's the only message you take, let that be it. Faith, trust. It's all happening exactly the way that it's intended by you for your highest good and the highest good of all, which means your highest joy. That is promised. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. It got quite dark, didn't it? Enjoy the magic and wonder of this moment, the now moment, the only moment that ever exists, and that exists in perpetuity, only ever increasing and expanding in pleasure. Have a blessed evening, a beautiful collective, and know always and in all ways, in every vector of time and space, I absolutely adore you.